everyone, thank you for watching Aviv Tarot, and today we are doing a pick a card reading, and this pick a card reading is actually requested by one of the viewers, and it is about what kind of things that you can do to get to your soulmate. So there could be like advices or things to watch out for, or things that you can actually do to get to your soulmate. And so without further ado, here are pile 1, 2, and 3, and I will see you at your reading. All right, bye. So for pile number 1, here are your cards. We'll uncover these two later. And first of all, I want to show the 2 tarot cards. Okay, so you got the High Priestess and the 10 of Cups, and they both came in reversed. And I used this particular deck today is because it's called the Chakra Wisdom Tarot. And so I figure if you want to know anything about advices or things that you can work on to get to your soulmate, this will be probably the deck to use for me. So that's why I picked it. And we got the yellow cards there. That's the yellow rim. And the yellow rim actually means, so I think you have pretty concentrated energy that you have to like work on, because they're actually reversed. I mean, even if it comes out upright, I mean, it would still be the same chakra, right? Which is the 3rd chakra, okay? And the 3rd chakra is about your solar plexus, which means that it's that gut feeling that you have, okay? So I think it's something, maybe you're the type of person that doesn't really listen to your gut feelings sometimes, and you kind of ignore it many times, and then later on you found out that, holy, I should have listened to myself, I was right, that kind of thing. And so like you don't really listen to yourself as much. So that could be something that you can work on, that trusting yourself, trusting you're making the right decision, or trusting that sometimes I think maybe you get a bad feeling about a person, but you still went along with it, and that will also preventing you from meeting the right one if you keep if you don't leave the wrong one. Does that make sense? So even if you feel like this is the right person for you, but if your gut feeling is telling you that, something is wrong about this person, you should probably listen to it, okay? Because you're probably right. And if you keep staying with the wrong person, how can the right person show up in your life? Okay, so if you're not with your soulmate, okay, already, that is something that you could work on. So here are some of the things. I'm going to read from the book, okay, because there's a meditation message, and I think it will be really helpful. So the High Priestess, first, also I want to mention is that you got the High Priestess. So High Priestess, that's a major arcana card, okay, so that's number 2, and that's like, it's also about intuition and sixth sense and that kind of thing. And it's about Pisces, but I always get the feeling that High Priestess is very much has like a heavy Scorpio energy as well. And again, it's about sixth sense, intuition, and it's came in reverse. So that's something that you really should work on, okay? Following your intuition, listen to what you want, okay? That thing that okay, in your gut. Okay, so, and also you probably want to make a plan, okay? So like, this 3rd chakra is also like, it's with Mercury. So the planet Mercury is actually ruling the 3rd chakra. So it's a lot of thinking energy. So you probably really like to think, but you might be thinking pretty much like negative thoughts too, like very often. So you're a little bit pessimistic, okay? And so when you communicate things, you might be on the pessimistic side as well. And so maybe you want to look on the brighter side of things, okay? 10 of Cups is always about family, happiness, right? So so happiness, that's like the key word. But it's coming in reverse. So like usually sometimes you have negative thoughts, and when you want to attract the right person, you want to have the right energy, okay? So now I'm going to read the meditation messages for these 2 cards. So if you had an opportunity to learn from any mentor in the world, alive or in spirit, who would it be? Why? What can they tell you? What would you like to hear, share, and learn? Meditate or journal to discover the instinctual pattern you are seeking to copy from your mentor. Ask them to join you and share their experience. Okay, so that is the meditation for the high priestess. So you should probably journal about things that you always ignore, and that gut feeling that you have, and if you ignore it, what was the outcome of it? Maybe just write it down, and so that you have a record of it, and then you can go back and learn how to listen to yourself more. Okay, so here are the 10 of Cups. The third chakra suggests that you followed your instinct to create what you now have. Meditate on your family of origin. Sort through emotional wounds and turning them into new thoughts brings healing. Okay, so you also want to contemplate about what if it can get better. What if it can get better and better? Okay, so again, that's what I was saying, that you usually you might be the pessimistic type of person. Okay, you're have negative thoughts a lot, so maybe change your thinking a little bit. What if it does happen? Then what are you gonna do? Think of all these happy thoughts, okay? And that will help you bring the right person to you a lot quicker. So over here we have the Lenormand cards, and I do have to say your pile is quite thick. And how I picked out the cards is that when I was shuffling, I bookended with the man and the woman. Okay, so when I was shuffling, I just flip the cards out like that, and then as soon as I hit a man or a woman card, all the cards following it leading to the next man or woman card will be the steps or things you want to look out or work on to get to your soulmate. Okay, if that makes sense. So here, this is the order that it came in. Okay, as you can see, the first one actually showed up was the woman. We're not reading reversals for Lenormand, so I'm going to just flip this around. Okay, so we got the woman, which represents you. So it doesn't matter because this is a general reading. So this could be you, whether if you're man or woman. Okay, it just represents you. So we're going to disregard the gender. That's why I said I bookend it with the man and the woman. It doesn't matter which one showed up first. I'm just gonna use it, and then the cards following it, and then leading into the man or the woman card. Okay, so here are the cards. So you got the mouse. Oh, actually, I'm so silly. It actually came in like this: the gentleman, and then the ship, and then the horse, the bouquet, the book. I'm gonna flip these around like I said, we don't read reversals. The reason why I said it didn't begin with the woman is because when I was flipping it, the man actually showed up first, so I know. And trust me, I did not place these cards in between, okay? So that would be crazy that I would do that. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of cards. So it's gonna be a while for pile number one, people. I'm so sorry to say that, but I mean, maybe it's a good thing, right? Because maybe you don't want to see your soulmate that much. You want to experience life a little bit, and then so when you do meet the person that you want, you're on the right. You have enough experience to actually keep the person that is meant for you. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because, sometimes you meet the right person at the wrong time, so then it never works out. And then you meet the wrong person in the right time, it doesn't work out. You have to meet the right person at the right time in order for it to work out. So that's what I'm trying to say. So we're booking ended with the man and the woman, and then these are the steps going into it. So there's like 10 steps, okay, for you to actually work on in order to reach your soulmate. And we're disregarding the gender in the cards because it's a general reading. So okay, so first of all is we get the ship card, and then this is Cavalier, which also means the rider in some other decks, and then this is the bouquet, the book, serpent, ring, scythe, little fox, coffin, and mice. Okay, so what I see is that you might need to travel, or maybe because you travel a lot, so or the other person actually travels a lot, so you might want to, I always think like this person might be foreign as well, so you might need to travel outside of your place in order to meet this person. So and you might need to like be more well read, so that when you meet the person, meet your soulmate, you actually have something to talk about, right? To share your experiences about. That's what I see for this ship card. And then the Cavalier, it's about writer. Okay, it's a writer, and it means it's news and messages, visitors, progress, and that type of things. And so like what I see, and it's like somebody who's very athletic. Okay, so I maybe like you want to do something like a horse riding classes, or messages. So this person might be really good with news or message type of things, and sending out information, okay, announcement, that type of things. So like maybe you might be seeing things in an announcement, or like if you get invited to things, like, because it's also about invitation. So if you get invited into like whatever event or something, maybe you should go, because that person might be, it might help you lead to this person. Or maybe you just need to go to the event, and so you're connected with more people, and these people might eventually help you get to your soulmate, okay, if you haven't already. And if you have met your soulmate already, but then you need to know like how do you get together. So that would be also, you need to meet more people, okay, be more connected, go to different things, be more well read, or travel more, okay, have an open mind. And then over here is the bouquet, okay. The bouquet is all about like happy things going on, enjoyment. So maybe like you need to enjoy yourself a little bit more, okay. Do things that you like, do things that make you happy. And it could be like about interior design, or anything that's art related would be also something that you can do as well. So like maybe take up some kind of an art class. Art doesn't have to be like painting or drawing. It could be like acting, singing, instruments, any type of art, okay, artistic things. So that's something that you need to also work on. And then book, again, that's what I was saying. You probably want to be more well read. You want to be very knowledgeable about things, so that you guys can talk about things when you do meet. And maybe get more education, learn more things, okay. And also be a little mysterious. Maybe you're the type of person that, because here the High Priestess is all about being mysterious as well, very mystery like, right, Scorpio energy. But it came out in reverse, and so that could also possibly mean like you're the type of person that's too much of an open book, okay. So maybe you want to work on being a little bit more secretive, a little bit more mysterious, okay? So that people want to find out more about you, instead of you just like blab it all out, and then they're like, oh, that person, I know everything about them. There's no more to like find out about this person. I mean, of course, there's always more that you can find out about somebody. But if it's not the right person, because you want to attract the right person, the soulmate, into your life, right? You want to remain a little bit more mysterious, so that it like allures them in, like wanting to get to know you more, and then more and even more, right? So over here is the Serpent. It's also about, it could be like this sexual energy, could also be a third person, okay, a rivalry. So there might be some kind of jealousy things that maybe you need to work on. So are you the type of person that actually gets jealous really easily, okay? So if you do, then maybe you want to work on that a little bit. Don't get too jealous, because that might scare people away. But otherwise, it could also mean that your person right now actually is seeing someone. That's why you guys are not together. So they're with somebody else right now, and so they need to actually break up with this person in order for you to be together. But meanwhile, while they do that, these are all these other things that you can work on, right? And also, let's see, the snake is also about being jealous. No, about sexual things. So being very sexy. So maybe you want to work on your sexuality. Okay, High Priestess is also about that Scorpio energy. Scorpio tend to be very sexual and sexy, right? Mysterious and sexy. This kind of go hand in hand a little bit. So maybe if you're the type of person that's a little shy, I don't mean, to go out and like just sleep with everybody, be a player or be a slut. No. But you want to be a little bit more like comfortable with yourself, like sexually. Okay, so if you're a little bit shy, maybe you want to be a little bit more open. I don't know how you would be able to do that. You need to find something that you're comfortable with. Maybe, I don't know. The first thing I came into was like, watch more porn. I don't know. Like maybe, for women or even men, I know some people actually go and take like strip dancing club or a pole dancing club class. And that's like not that old, like, that telling you to be a strip dancer or something. But I know a lot of people take pole dancing class because it actually make them feel sexy, make them feel sexual, make them feel wanted. And that will also, maybe spice things up a little bit when you actually meet your soulmate. Okay, so that could be something. And then over here is the ring. So are you the type of person that has a little bit of a commitment problem, okay? Because the ring is all about commitment. Or are you the type of person that you never learn your lesson, okay? Because it's also a circle. So do you repeatedly doing the same mistakes over and over and over again, and you never learn from your previous mistake? So if you're that type of person, then maybe you want to know and look back and see why didn't your other relationships work out? Is it something that you need to work on, or is it somebody else's problem? Or if you keep falling for the same type of person, then maybe that's something that you want to watch out for. Okay, so you keep attracting the wrong type of person, and they're very similar in way, and so maybe that says something about your personality as well. And so like commitment. Okay, so again, as I was saying, this could also mean that your person is actually right now committed to somebody else at the moment, and that's why you guys can't be together. So if that is the case, then you can work on other things, as I was mentioning. All right, so then the next card is the Scythe. So are you the type of person that cut off people really fast? Like before you even get to know them, if as soon as something doesn't work, or you see like some little thing that you're like, and you cut that person off. So if you're that kind of person, maybe you need to give people a second or third chance just to get to know them a little bit longer, a little bit more before you cut them off completely. Okay, or are you the type of person that actually likes to say, you think it's funny, right? You think you're very humorous, but whatever you said is actually very hurtful to other people, and you don't realize that. And so that could be something else that could be something that you want to work on. Okay, in order to meet the right person into your life. Okay, let's see, maybe also you're very, very smart. Okay, you are very smart, very witty, quick with your words. Okay, and so if that is the case, then you want to keep that and maybe even better. So how do you do that is, you become more, read more books or become more knowledgeable about things, learn more things. And because I think the more educated you are, the better your humor will be, and the more humorous maybe you can be as well. And it's also telling you, like over here, remember, you are kind of a negative person. You have a lot of negative thinking. So maybe you want to cut off that and become a little bit more humorous with your words, instead of being very hurtful with your words, too quick to say something and then you regret it after. Okay, and then the little fox. Fox could also mean like job, like little jobs, like self-employment type of jobs, but or like a hobby. So if you have a hobby or some kind of things, you should work on it. make it even better. Maybe you can make your hobby into like a job, right? A self-employed jobs or something like a side business. Because when you are very busy, focused on things that makes you happy, you become very attractive to other people, right? But fox could also mean like you're the type of person that's like you like to trick people, or maybe you like to you tell white lies, or sometimes when you feel uncomfortable, you say things that you don't really mean, you know. You might want to work on that, okay? Be honest as possible, okay? Because that could also be a thing, because maybe your go-to is always lie about something, even though it's like so trivial. You're just like, oh, you do that. But you want to work on honesty, okay, with your person when you do meet them. But if you are with somebody right now, maybe start with that, with them, or and with other people in your relationship. Like, doesn't have to be romantic, but like your friends and family too, okay? Because you want to get it into a habit, so that when you do meet the right person, you wouldn't go like, your reflex wouldn't be like telling a lie or something like that. And if you're not very street smart, maybe, because fox is also about street smart, so maybe you want to become more aware of things as well, okay? And also, are you the type of person that you feel guilty a lot? So a lot of the things that you do it out of guilt. And I think that could be also something that you want to work on. So don't do things out of guilt, out of fear, okay? Do things out of love. And so that could be another message with this fox card. Okay, lastly, second to last is the coffin. And the coffin is about nothing, about funeral, about putting things, like ending things, okay? So again, I have a feeling that are you the type of person that it's hard for you to put an end to things, even if it doesn't work for you anymore? Like you have a hard time of letting go of things, okay? Or do you do things because you feel empty and void, and so you seek validation, okay, from other people, but things need to come from yourself, okay? So that could be also like that self-love thing, which is all of these I just talked about, right? Things that you can work on about yourself, so that you can feel full and feel you validate yourself, and you don't need other people to tell you what to do. Like when you do your things that you're happy about, when you're doing things that you're good at, you know. And so that is something also that you need to work on. And again, when back when we're talking about this, your person might be engaged or with somebody else right now, and so you also need to wait for them to end their relationship before you can actually have a happy and committed relationship with the person that you like, okay? And then lastly is this mice card, which is all about loss, okay? About stress, anxiety, weaknesses, and that kind of things, okay? Feeling disempowered, nagging, right? And so, or again, kind of goes with the serpent card, like nagging and jealousy, right? So when you're jealous, maybe you nag, maybe you prevent things, and when you're scared of losing somebody, you would do all kinds of crazy things, right? You start to lie, you start to be very cunning, very calculating. How do I keep this person? But if you're very content with yourself, you don't need to do any of that. And this person will be automatically attracted to you and want to stay with you. If you're very sexy, very well-read, very happy about yourself, you're not scared to lose them because you validate yourself. You know that you are unique and you don't need anybody else, but you are letting them to be in your life, okay? So then this person will want to be in your life because you're that much better of a person. So now let's read this last two cards, which is very soon and helpful people. And over here, very soon is like, I don't, because just looking at this, like very soon doesn't really speak to me because there's all these steps that you have to work on. But I mean, these can all work on at the same time, right? So if you actually could work all of them at the same time, it could mean that very soon you guys will meet. But then again, it's about clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So maybe you're a little bit confused. You don't know what you want. Okay, remember what these two cards said? It's like make a plan. Meditate about what you really want. Think about what it is that you really want. Okay, you might think you want something, but you actually don't. Okay, so maybe write it down, journal it. Okay, so that this person could come to you faster. And then also here it's this helpful people. So to me, helpful people could be like, you know, friends and family, or even like spiritual guides if you believe in some kind of a greater power, or if you have religion, if you're devote like religiously, if you believe in whatever kind of religion that you believe in, they could also, you know, maybe help you, guide you a little bit, meditate, right? Also like going to events, if you get an invitation to something, go to it, because these people might become people that in the future that can help you find a guide to guide you to your soulmate. Okay, so that is what I see for pile number one, and I usually recap, but it's just so much and so long, and so if you want to actually listen to it again, I would just say rewind it and re-listen to it, like the things that you need to work on. But yeah, that's what I see for pile number one, and let me know if any of these resonates with you, and let me know in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, so for pile number two. Whoops, you saw these two cards. Actually, we're gonna uncover these later. So we're gonna go with these two cards first. You got the Five of Swords upright, and then the Queen of Wands reversed. And so when I was doing these cards, I was asking advices and suggestions how you can get to your soulmate. And so we got the Five of Swords, and I was telling pile number one people I use this particular deck instead of the Rider-Waite's today. It's because it's called the Chakra Wisdom Tarot, and I feel like it is appropriate to use this because it's about what you can work on and advices, right? How to get to your soulmate. And so over here is the Five of Swords, and this color is the throat chakra. Okay, that's the fifth chakra, and it is all about speaking, right? About it's about like what you want to manifest, and it's about changes. Well, five is also always about change, and it's also the fifth chakra, and so five is about change. Okay, so let me see. Five of Swords. So what you want to know is that what you can work on is that you know, you want to know what is it that, well, the thing is about Five of Swords is about fighting, right? In the traditional deck is these two people fighting, and one person is winning and all the other person or people are kind of sad and walking away because they were defeated. And so it's about that. And so like, are you the type of person that likes to win, like at least verbally, because it's about the throat chakra? So do you say things that's really hurtful so to win? Okay, even though you don't mean it, but you want to win so bad, so you would say hurtful things. Or are you very combative? Okay, so you always want to win. So that would be something I would say that you should work on, because unless your person, your soulmate, is also that kind of person or is very accepting of this quality of yours, it might, you know, scare people away. So that would be something I see, like, you know, maybe you want to work on. And then over here is the Queen of Wands in reverse. And Queen of Wands is, this is the sixth chakra, which is your third eye chakra. And third eye, as you know, is referred to, you know, that sixth sense of yours. When it comes in reverse, it's actually about self-deception, exhaustion, recklessness, and self-sabotage. Okay, self-sabotage actually speaks to me a lot. And then, you know, when we're talking about over here the Five of Swords, like sometimes you want to win, you make choices to fight for something, and then like you kind of self-sabotage things. Or maybe like because it's the third eye chakra, right? So your intuition, sometimes, I don't know, because it comes in reverse. So sometimes you misunderstood your sixth sense maybe, and so like you self-sabotage things too. Or maybe you don't think yourself is good enough. Sometimes we always have that kind of, you know, feeling. And so when that does happen, you self-sabotage your relationship. Okay, so just watch out a little bit about that. And so I want to read the meditation messages for each of the cards. Okay, so the Five of Swords, the meditation message is actually: step into the imagery on the card. Can you see the necessity of his choices? Is the woman who is turning away trustworthy? Feel into each character and observe their feelings. Allow yourself to see which energy most aligns with you at this time. So are you the person that's walking away, or are you the person that's very combative? Okay, so maybe you want to look into that a little bit. And so are you the type of person that always walk away? If that is the case, then maybe you haven't even got to, like, you actually met your soulmate, but you give up too easily. But if you're the combative type, okay, then maybe you are too combative, and this, even if you meet the right person, you kind of maybe scare them away, and they are the one that's turning away. Okay, and over here you self-sabotage things sometimes, because it might be because you're too passionate, or you're too passionate, too impetuous, okay, to make certain things. So things kind of get ruined. So maybe you want to think about things through just a little bit more. Okay, so over here is the Queen of Wands meditation message, which is: step into the true vision of your future. Now take one full minute and walk around the room, acting as if you're ready in your new life vision. What do you see, feel, and know? What are you doing and about to do? Do this as often as you can until your new vision becomes real. Okay, and the contemplation message is: are you willing to let go of those whose vision of you no longer supports either of you? Okay, so the meditation message is actually, you know, you want to visualize yourself. What do you want? What it is, where you want to be, okay, instead of self-sabotaging things. So positive energy, again, that law of attraction type of things. You want to envision you being with the soulmate of your life, and then you're being happy. You guys are like doing all kinds of happy things. Okay, so you want to walk around the room and feel that. So that is something that you can do for pile number 2. And here are your Lenormand cards. Okay, so when I was doing the Lenormand cards, what I do is I shuffle them, and if you ever watch my other videos, you would know that a lot of times I would do like the main focus cards and then see whichever things that come up in between. And so today when we're doing this, I want to know like what do you have to work on to get to your soulmate. And so the first man or woman card that shows up, and then whichever cards that follows it until we hit the next man or the woman card. Okay, and the bookend went men and women cards. We don't care about the gender because we're doing it specifically for a general reading. So the woman, if it's a woman card over here, it doesn't matter. It could be a man or woman, and the man's card over here, it could be a man or woman. We just want to know the steps going from you to the other person. Okay. So this is what you got. This is what you got literally. It's really crazy. It's like this. And we're not reading reversal, so I'm going to flip it around. You literally have nothing in between you. So because of that, I actually took the one coming before the women and the one that coming after the men. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of more of the reading, because I would say like pile number 2 people, despite what I just said about these 2 cards, you guys, I wish I actually did the shuffling on camera, so then you would see that I didn't do this, okay? Because you will see pile number 1 had a ton of cards in between them, okay? In pile number 2, you have nothing. You're so close. And I almost get the feeling like your soulmate is actually probably really close to you. You might even know this person already. Okay. There's a very, like, I would say like a very, very high chance, like 70-80%, you already know this person. Okay. If not, this person is going to come into your life very soon. You're very close to meeting this person if you haven't met your soulmate yet. And I would say if you haven't met the person yet, maybe you want to go to, like, this is the garden card, so maybe you want to go to some gatherings, okay, some kind of a party. You might be able to either through friends you'll meet this person, or maybe at the party you will be meeting this person if you haven't met this person yet. Or maybe the person that you're with, because you don't know who it is right now, if it's somebody that you know already, it could be somebody that you actually met at a party or at an invitation of an event or some sort. Or it could be like, this is the sunset, the sun card. Okay, sun is also about like bright future, like happiness, right? The world, warm light. So the heat, right? So maybe if you were the type of person actually go watch like sunset or sunrise, maybe that's the person that I don't know who actually would be at the sunset or sunrise. So it could be like, the people that you met when you do this activity. Okay. So that's that. But you guys are so close meeting this person, or this person is already in your life. Okay. For pile number 2 people, this pile number 2 is going to be super short reading. So over here, look at this. You get the wedding and the abundance. Okay. I don't even know what to say about this. So I think the only thing you guys need to work on really is these 2 tarot card. So whoever you're with right now is probably, there's that other possibility is for my pile number 2 people, most likely maybe you are in a relationship right now and you want to know if this person is your soulmate. They are your soulmate, and this situation involves marriage, and you guys are creating abundance. Okay, so I think everything speaks, like, abundance and the sun also kind of like relate to each other as well. So I would just say, like, these are the 2 things that you probably want to work on just a little bit, is that don't self-sabotage things, have an open mind, and maybe do a little bit more of these envisioning thing. Put a vision board if that's like you're that type of person that help. A vision board would help. And then also, like, don't be too competitive, or don't be the kind that gives up really easily. Okay, so whichever character you resonate with, so if you're the type that gives up really easily, then just like endure it just a little bit more. But if you're the type that actually you're the type of person that likes to, compete or like say hurtful things or like win, maybe work on that just a little bit. Find a happy ground, because maybe the person you're with are attracted by that energy of yours, but when it gets too much, it might be kind of annoying or hard to handle, right? So just work on that, I think, and work on that meditation message that I actually said earlier. I usually recap things, but really pile number 2, I don't think you need a recap. And if you do need to listen to what you need to work on a little bit more, because these 2 cards are the only one that has that kind of message, maybe go rewind it just a little bit, just so that you can re-listen to it. So that's it for pile number 2. Let me know if this resonate with you or not, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, pile number 3. So we will uncover these 2 later, and we will read these 2 cards first. And it's the 4 of Wands reversed in the sun. Okay, so over here, the green border is the heart chakra. Okay, and over here is the purple border, which is the 6th chakra. And the reason why I'm using this tarot deck is the Chakra Wisdom Tarot, because we are talking about what you need to work on, or how do you get to your person, right? So advice is that type of thing, and I think this is a really good deck to use, because it will talk to you about, it will tell you what things that you can work on, like your chakra energy kind of thing. So over here is the Four of Wands. Okay, Four of Wands is, and it came in reverse, and so it's about small gathering and needed gratitude and moving on and that kind of thing. And so like maybe right now you might be in a relationship, so maybe you need to get out of that relationship in order to meet the right person. So there is that possibility that the person you're with right now might not be your person. However, Four of Wands is a marriage card and stability card, and you have the Sun. Okay, so maybe you're having doubts that if this person is your soulmate. So there's two possibilities. The person that you're with right now is not the person you're with. So you need to move on from them, or you're the person that you are with is the person. Okay, you need to actually show a little bit of gratitude to them. And the reason why I say they might be actually the person that you are with, your soulmate, because we got the Sun over here and it is actually in a upright position. Okay, so so over here I want to read the meditation message, because there's actually a meditation message for this deck, and I'm gonna read that for this card right now. And it says, go inside and tap into your joy and the happiness surrounding the true spirit of anticipation around your desire. What would your world look like if this was the only true anticipation? Okay, get ready to open your heart to a life change and celebrate with your new community. So pile number 3, this is the Sun card. It's also a major arcana card. So there is a major change coming into your life as well. So I think you guys are actually pretty close to getting married, or engaged or commit to a relationship pretty soon. But there is still a little bit of things to work on. If the person you're with is not your soulmate, that is. But even if the person you're with is your soulmate, maybe we always have things that we could work on. And that is the thing that you should work on, is like, what would your world look like if happiness is your true anticipation? Okay, so you want to think about what makes you happy. And the Sun, I don't even think like I need to explain very much about the Sun if you watch a lot of tarot reading. And this one is the 6th chakra, which is about again, the third eye. And so about intuition, and this is about like joy and happiness and vacation and all that stuff. So maybe you guys are due for a vacation. Okay, maybe you need to go on a vacation. Okay, somewhere that you can see the sunset and by the water. My first place that came into my mind is like Hawaii or something like that. Okay, I don't think I have to explain this card very much, because this is it's a happy card. Okay, so I just want to read the meditation message for this, so you can actually further your happiness and further work on yourself a little bit more, so that you can actually meet the person that you are meant to be with. So the meditation message says, create a list of feel-good questions to use on days when you could use an energetic boost. What was it like when I won the whatever contract, championship, award, etc.? Or when I have stood up for what is right, I feel blah, blah, blah. The answers will create a feeling of a higher vibration. Opening up your intuitive highway will allow solutions to come to you. Okay, so I think that you want to make a list of things that make you happy, right? And then so you always feel gratitude. Over here is about gratitude. So you can always feel very appreciative. And then when you do that, you attract the right things into your life. Okay, so that's that. Over here is the Lenormand cards. And what I did is that I bookended with the man or the woman card. Okay, so whichever man or woman showed up first, I'll take all of the cards until it leads to the next man or the woman card. Okay, and then so that will be the steps and things that you need to work on so that you can meet the soulmate of your life. Okay, so this is the pile for it. And so we actually got the men over here, but disregard the gender, because this is general reading. So even though it's a man, it could mean it's a woman as well. So we got the key. We're not reading reversals, so I'm gonna flip these reversals around. So you got the key, the house, the scythe. Over here is the coffin. You got the moon. And then over here is the crossroad. and then the Woman card. So you didn't get as many cards as as that pile number 1, but you still get quite a few. Okay, so a few things to work on. All right, so the first one is the key. Okay, so the key is all about finding the solutions, the answers to things. Okay, so maybe you are the type of person that that you actually don't really know what you want. So maybe you want to know, you want to think about it more. So over here, like the sun, make a list of things that make you feel good. Okay, what do you want to manifest? Write it down, make a list. Okay, breakthrough, freedom. So also it's about synchronicities as well. So if when you start to see a lot of synchronicities, in particular maybe 33 or 22, okay, that might be something, meaning that you'll be really close to your soulmate as well. So when you see a lot of synchronicities, it might mean that you are close to your soulmate. In particular 33 or 22, like 3s and 2s. Also, let's see, you want to be a little bit more open-minded as well. Communicate clearly instead of like, because this is the key, you want to open things up, right? Open things up. So don't try to be too close off. Okay, because you also got the sun, so you are the type of like joyous kind of person. So share more. That's what I see. Okay, for the key, if you're the type of person that you don't like to share things, you want to share a little bit more. Okay, and if you don't know what you want, write down the things that make you happy. Over here is the stability. So are you the type of person that are looking for stability, okay, for a home, a foundation, and maybe, or for comfort, okay? So maybe this is one possibility. It's not for everybody, for sure. Maybe you need to get a house, or you need to settle down before you actually meet this person, or this person is looking for stability and foundation and a family. Okay, so I think you're probably both looking at this right now, hoping for a stability and a family kind of thing. But if you are kind of still a little bit over the place, you might want to, maybe try to buy a house so that you could actually settle down, or maybe look into buying a house together. So whoever's proposed to you about like, hey, let's live together or buy a house, or that kind of thing, that person might be your soulmate. Okay, or maybe you want to start saving up for a house. That's always a sign of stability as well, like you're thinking about the future, right? Over here is the scythe. Again, are you the type of person that's really like sharp with your words? Are you witty? If you're witty, that's great. I think everybody loves witty and humor, right? But if you're the kind of person that likes to say really mean things to people, and you think it's funny, then that's probably not so cool, right? So that could be something that you want to work on. Like, you actually too quick on your words, and then you say it and then you feel regretful afterwards. So if you're that type of person, that's something that you should work on. And then over here is the coffin. So coffin is all about getting to an end, ending something, ending a cycle. So maybe you're the type of person that's always looking for freedom, and you don't want to settle down. I think maybe you're looking into ending that life now. Okay, maybe your person is the same as well. They're looking into ending like this freedom, or I don't want to say like ending their freedom, because then it feels like confined, but they're willing to settle down. How about that? Because of the house, they're willing to settle down. They don't want to just wander around and like sleep with whoever and like play around anymore. They actually want that stability, okay, with people. So that's what I see with this ending thing. So if you are still that type of like kind of unstable energy, you want to work on that a little bit before you can meet your soulmate, okay? Because your soulmate is somebody who is also might be looking into settling down and ending all these like unstable relationships or energy that they currently have. So maybe they're working on that as well. And if you're the type of person that's like that loves freedom and want to just like woo, fly everywhere and do all that stuff. You might want to settle down a little bit, stop traveling so much and that kind of things, so that you can actually meet the person, your soulmate. All right, so then the second to the last card is the moon, and the moon is all about job, talent, okay, famous work, honor, and all that stuff, acknowledgement, intuition, manifest. So like maybe I think you're trying to manifest your person right now. So maybe you want to manifest a little bit more. It's like the sun. Write down a list of things that you want, right? Manifest it. Think about it. I know there are actually a lot of like those YouTube channels that actually talk about like manifest your soulmate or that kind of thing. Maybe you could look those up and listen to them when you go to bed. You want to manifest things, manifest this person to come quicker into your life. So that could be something that you could work on. Or the moon card is also about creativity and a job, okay, reputation. So maybe you need to become really good at your job, okay. Work on your job a little bit more. Work on focus on a little bit more about your job than finding your soulmate, maybe, because when you are focused on things that you are very good at, things that make you happy, you become very attractive and you will attract this person into your life, okay? Just like the sun attract warmth and that kind of thing. So when you do that, you will attract people into your life. And maybe because when you have a reputation about like, oh, this person is an awesome person, and from word of mouth, this person is like infatuated with you just like by listening to people talking about you, and they want to meet you, and maybe that's how you guys will meet, okay? So that's something that maybe you want to work on, or what you want to work on in a little advice or suggestion. And then over here is the crossroad, okay, about choices, about and maybe or about planning things, okay. So again, I just feel like freedom and that kind of thing over here. Make a list of what you wanted. So I feel like over here, maybe you're still a little bit unsure what it is that you actually want, right? Freedom, ending the freedom. Maybe you're still a little bit like struggling with, do I really want a committed relationship? Do I really want to settle down? Or do I love my life right now so much that if I meet my soulmate and this person is the one actually wants me to settle, do I really want to do that? Do I want to sacrifice my ability to just travel anywhere, my ability to just like spend money as I want and not answer to anyone, right? Do I want to give that up? So I really think maybe you want to think through that a little bit more, because I feel like maybe you're still a little bit confused about that. Or it could be possibility that you actually have two people that you're thinking about, and you don't know which person you want to choose. And you get the key, you're like trying to figure out an answer for it, like, who do I want? And so maybe that's why you need to end a relationship with one of them in order to be with the soulmate, with the one, okay? So maybe, because soulmates, we could have like 2 soulmates, 3 soulmates, a few different soulmates. So you're trying to figure out who you actually want to be with. And until you figure that out, you're gonna be in this energy a little bit, and you can't really be with your soulmate, the one that you're meant to be, because you need to figure it out what it is that you really want. Okay, so over here we got the express your love and the yes. So yes, as in maybe you're very close to meeting this person that you are looking for, or you've already known each other. That's how I feel about this yes card. You've known each other already. Like I said, you have 2 people in your mind, and you don't know which one that you want to choose, and so you need to figure that out. And or if you already know this person and you're kind of like, you didn't tell them just yet, it's telling you to maybe express your love a little bit, or make the romantic gesture so that they know that you like them, okay? Otherwise, they're kind of clued out that you actually like them. This is if you are not together yet. And if you are together and you want to know if this is the person of your soulmate, You want to figure this out a little bit because that. But I feel like for pile number 3 people, maybe you're not necessarily with the person just yet. Because over here, 4 of Wands is also reversed, because when it's down here, it means like engagement and wedding and that kind of thing. So that's what I see for pile number 3. And I usually do a recap, but I feel like there's a lot of information to just go over. That will take up another like 10 minutes. Oh my goodness. So maybe if you need to re-listen to some of the messages, you could rewind and re-listen to it again. Okay, the things that you need to work on, and just take what resonate with you. Not everything will resonate, right? So that's what I see for pile number 3 people. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, or share whatever your thoughts with me in the comments section down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.